All right, so today the project on hand is a workbench. It's gonna go right here. I've outlived this one. It fills up very quick with the amount of projects I do. So this one's gonna be a 7-foot long by 2-foot deep workbench. It's gonna look like this. I ran this up in SketchUp, so I've got all the dimensions I need to cut everything right here. So it should go fairly quick, but this will be a good mechanics bench or woodworking bench. If you're wanting to build one like this, you're going to need a drill gun. I like the 3-inch construction screws with the T25 head. You'll need a jigsaw, skill saw, preferably chop saw like this. You can do it with just a skill saw, but I prefer these, makes the cuts cleaner. Measure, pencil, 8 2x4s, 8 feet long, and 1 sheet of, this is 3/4 thick plywood, you know, just basic sheathing, and that's all you'll need. And this is under $100. I think it was like $75 for all the wood, so this is a pretty cheap workbench. Let's get started. Alright, well, I started here with picking out the 4 straightest ones. We're going to be building the 2 frames right here first, so I'm going to cut 4 of them at 7 feet, 6 of them at 1 foot 5 inches. Alright, so we got our first boards cut. Now let's put these together. Alright, on to the next cuts. We're going to do 4 of them at 1 foot, 4 of them at 1 foot 3 inches, and then these, we're going to need the jigsaw for these notches, but these boards we can go ahead and cut at 2 foot 10 inches. So let's get started. Alright, so this is the measurements for the notches. You're going to want 3.5 inches down, 1.5 inches out. That piece gets notched out. You're going to do that for all 4. And then here, this is the same, 3.5 inches here, 1.5 inches here. Measuring from the bottom, you'll have 15 inches at this line, 18.5 inches at this line. Let's get these cut out. All right, we got our notches out, so let's start putting them on. Also, if you guys are wanting to do this, a wood chisel came in handy. Those notches were really hard to get perfect, but we got them. All right, we are almost done here. I've been using it for a couple days, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish this thing up. We gotta pull all this stuff out. I'm gonna give it a good sanding really quick, and then we're gonna stain it. I think this true black is gonna look pretty good, so let's get started. Alright, I think I got it sanded down pretty good. I rolled all the corners so there's no sharp edges, no splinters. So I'm just going to blow it all off and we're going to see what that stain looks like. Alright, so we got all the dust off. I'm going to pop this open and start spreading it out. All right, I think this looks pretty good. It says it takes an hour to dry, so I'm gonna give it an hour. Come back, see if it needs a second coat or not. This is about 24 hours later. It's dried really well. Everything seemed to soak up nicely, but I'm gonna give the top of this one more sand and gonna give it one more coat. I'm not gonna worry about doing that for here. All this looks good, but just the top where I'm gonna be working a lot, there's still some little splinters here and there, so let's get to sanding. All right, so I got the top sanded down. Now I'm gonna put one more coat and see how it turns out. All right, Workbench is done. Turned out really good. Definitely hit it with that second coat, and that second sanding really helps smooth everything out. But if you guys are wanting to do this, you don't have to follow my dimensions exactly. You know, I did this so I have enough room to fit this here, left enough room over here to fit my jack. Just accommodate your workspace, you know, plan it out beforehand. I didn't film this, but went ahead and redid this one as well while I was at it, so that this wall is now done. Got toolbox, both benches, power tools here. Makes it a lot easier working on stuff. So if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. Consider subscribing, and we'll catch you in the next one.